So the Great Vowel Shift is predominantly responsible for the divide between Middle English and early modern English. So the language spoken until something like 1500, and after that, yeah, early modern English. Early modern English has the Great Vowel Shift to some extent, okay, and Middle English doesn't. This is the thing, yeah. And we today, of course, we are very much suffering from the Great Vowel Shift still, and therefore it is so important. Okay, so what happened? What happened in detail? Okay, if you compare, yeah, something like the German word Name, still a common German word, yeah, deriving from Latin, okay, Name, and there you see still very much the Latin vowels, yeah, Name, okay, and this was the case, I mean, what you had in English as well. Today in English you have name, okay, and not Name as in German. So the quality of the English vowel is certainly not that of the Latin original. German it still is. So and this is the Great Vowel Shift. The Great Vowel Shift did that. Okay, basically. Since the Great Vowel Shift is a change that separates Middle English and early modern English, okay, we will have to look at the Middle English vowels first. So this is what I'm doing now, yeah, taking the Middle English vowels, which still very much preserve, yeah, the Latin quality of the graphemes, okay, the vowel graphemes, and then, yeah, we will have in a second step, we'll have a look at what happens to those. Okay. So here we go. This would be the Middle English long vowels. And please, long vowels. Short vowels, forget about short vowels for the time being. Long vowels. Okay? And very much the palatal vowels, yeah, on the left-hand side, and the velar vowels on the right side. So you have E, yeah, in a word like beat. Yeah? Today bite, but beat. And there you see usually spelled with an I and a consonant, any consonant, grade C, yeah, and an E, yeah, bite, okay, team, yeah, beat, okay. Then you have long E, usually spelled with a double E, yeah, as in bed, and this is how you would pronounce it in Middle English, yeah, bed. Okay, and then you have a sort of open vowel yeah, an open e, yeah, usually spelled ea, as in bed, yeah. So there's a difference between bed and bed, yeah, bed, bed. Okay, and then a long r, as you have in r and a consonant and e, this is the usual spelling, yeah, in a word like bat. Or barter, yeah, barter. Whether the final E is pronounced or not depends. Okay, we're not quite sure. Depends on the time you're in. So something like bart, yeah, barter. Okay, this would be the palatal side. The velar side, yeah, you have the long U, usually spelled with an OU. So boot. Okay, boot. Today bout, yeah, boot. Then you have a long O. Okay, spelled with a double O. So bought, yeah, boot, bought. And then you have an open R, R, usually spelled with an OA, as in bought, bought, yeah. So this would be boot, bought, bought. Let me pronounce them again, yeah, in Middle English. So Middle English would be beat, beat, bed, bat. Okay, and on the other side, boot, bought, bought, okay, something like that. And this is the system, and which still very much preserves the Latin quality, okay, Middle English. And this is what we spell, okay, we spell Middle English, don't forget that, yeah, okay. And let's start with Chaucer very briefly, yeah, Geoffrey Chaucer, who is the main proponent, yeah, the main author of Middle English. Of course he is, no doubt about that. Okay, let's start with him. That's the beginning of the Canterbury Tales. I mean, come on, you all know that, but still, I'm going to read it out for you that you have heard it once at least. Yeah? So I have a 95% chance of hitting the right sound, but this is good enough. Okay, all right, here we go. And just, I mean, for those of you who know German or French or Spanish, anything like that, it may help that you pronounce the vowels according to those languages, not English, not modern English. Yeah? So, one that April with his sure sorte, the drocht of March hath perset to the rote, and bathed every vein in switch liqueur, of which were two, engendered is the floor. And Zephyrosec with his sweat breath, and spirit hath in every halt and hath the tendre groppes, and the younger sonne hath in the ram his halve course runne, and smale voelen smaken melodie that slepen alve nicht with open ear. So pricketh hem natuur in hier courages, than longen volk to gaan on pilgrimages, and palmers for to seken, straungers strondes to ferne halwes, cooth in sunry londes. Something like that. Okay? Yes, a lot of people say it sounds more Dutch and German than English. Oh, it does. Because of the vowels. Yeah? Dutch and German still have those vowels. The English don't have them anymore. Therefore, yes, as far as the vowels are concerned, no doubt. Chaucer is closer to Dutch, a German, than he is to contemporary English. Okay. It goes on here, and specially from every sheeres ende of England to Canterbury they wende the holy blusful martyr for to sake that hem hath holpen, one that they were sake. Befell that in that season on a day in soothwork at the tabard as he lie, ready to wenden on me pilgrimage to Canterbury with full devout courage. At nicht was komme into that osterie, well 29 in a compagnie of sundry folk, wie aventure I falle in fellowship, and pilgrims were they alle. Okay. The short vowels may be a bit different as well, but I will talk about the short vowels later on. I mean, first of all, the long vowels. Okay, look at that. Here, just two lines. One that April with the sure sorte, the drocht of March has perfect to the rote. Drocht or drocht. Okay, long drocht, probably that. Okay, and we know that the OU spelling in Middle English used to be long U, and therefore you say shures. Double O spelling is long O, therefore sorte. Okay, the same for rote. Those two rhymes, sorte and rote. And drocht, the drocht. Today we have drocht, a double an OU spelling. Therefore, Chaucer has sometimes spelling is not very regular. Most likely in Chaucer, drocht, because today we have drought. Okay, you will see this drocht. And I have a transcription here. One that April with his sure sorte, the drocht of March hath perset to the rote. Okay, something like that. This would be Middle English, okay? Now what happens to these vowels, okay? To these vowels, which I just showed you, I mean, these vowels are raised, we say. They are raised in the system, and this is exemplified, if you look by those arrow thingies there. So in the great vowel shift, and refer to the left-hand side, up, down, left-hand upper corner there, E becomes A, okay, and A becomes E, and A becomes E, and A becomes A. Spelling remains the same, okay, and therefore if you look at this, beat becomes bait, okay, and bait becomes beat, and bad becomes bait, and bad becomes bad, something like this. On the other side, long U diphthongized, O, Okay, O. So oo becomes O, and therefore O becomes oo, and O becomes O. You see, all the vowels are up, and the further the two up there, they are diphthongized. Yeah? So if you look at the words once again, yeah? Right hand side, Vila side. So boot, Middle English becomes boat. Okay, and board becomes boot, and bought becomes bought. This is the great vowel shift around 1600. The vowels develop further after that. Yeah, this would be the first phase. And by the way, Shakespeare. This is more or less Shakespeare here. The thing is, what we have to ask ourselves, why and how did this go about? Okay, it's a chain shift. It's a chain shift, first of all, which means, a whole chain, the Vila and the palatal side, the whole chain of vowels changes, and therefore we speak of a chain shift. The set of sounds changes. So everyone is linked to the other, okay, and changes. So a sound shift. A becomes e becomes e becomes e becomes a, o becomes o becomes oo, o. Okay, and therefore a chain shift. And this is something you should memorize. Chain shifts. When the whole system changes, not only single sounds, but the whole system is changed. And this is a chain shift. The question is it a pull or a push chain or whatever it is? I mean, a push chain would be, if, for example, A is changed into A, and then the other vowels are pushed away because the system has to remain stable. The system has to remain stable. Therefore, if you change one sound, you have to change the next one as well, the next one as well, the next one as well. Okay? The question is, where did it start? If it were a push chain, it would something like have started at A, and then A becomes E, pushes the next one away, which becomes E, pushes the next one away to E, and the next one cannot be pushed further away and is diphthongized into A. And the same on the Vila side, O into O becomes oo becomes O, and diphthongized, because oo cannot be pushed further away. This would be a push chain. A pull chain would be the opposite, which means E vacating the place, okay, becoming A, and then the others slip, they come after that, because there's a vacancy then, because E is away, and the vacancy is filled by the next vowel, E, which then becomes E in turn, and there's another vacancy which is filled by the next one down there, and so on, okay. This would be a pull chain, vacancy, and then filled by the other sound. Same on the Vila side, oo becomes O, and then oo, there's a vacancy, no oo anymore. Languages want to have oos, and then O becomes oo, and then R becomes O, and so on. This would be a pull chain. A combination is if it started in the middle, okay, something like, pushing away and pulling, okay. This would be a combination of push and pull, a theory which has been often advanced as far as the great vowel shift is concerned, which I don't adhere to, okay. I think the most likely thing, it's a pull chain, okay, in that the extreme vowels, E and oo, were diphthongized, and then the others filled in. I think because there is a simplification. The only real simplification in the system is the diphthongization from E to A. And believe me, E is more difficult to pronounce than A. In A, you just A, slip into it. Okay, there's a simplification. Or from U to O. Okay, we have this in modern English still. Okay, a lot of people say I say instead of I see. Move instead of move. I think my theory is it started exactly there. It started with a diphthong because there is a simplification, and then the other vowels filled in the place. First of all, the E and oo, and then the others, they follow suit. Okay? Okay, we come back to that. All right, bye.